Hello mga kabayan, ito na naman ang inyong Junjun. So, meron naman po tayong bagong reaction sa video na to. Tanong ko lang po, kasi hindi ko po alam kung kailan pa tong video na to, no? Nagre-react po ako dito kasi natatandaan ko nung sa trabaho ko, naka-receive kami ng ng parang memorandum memo, no? Naka-receive kami ng sulat na tataasan yung PhilHealth contribution. Okay? So sa lahat po ng mga manggagawa dyan, kung gusto nyo pong mag-comment, paki-comment lang kailan kayo naka-receive ng gano'n, tinaasan yung PhilHealth contribution. So sa video po na ito, pinapaliwanag po dito ni, kalimutan ko yung pangalan niya. Oo, yung hindi ko alam kung senator siya or congressman, no? Si Mr. Recto, Ralph Recto, yung tungkol sa PhilHealth. Napakadami pong pera ng PhilHealth, mga kabayan. Sana po maibigay ng maayos sa mga manggagawang Pilipino or kahit hindi manggagawang Pilipino, basta nagko-contribute sa PhilHealth. Kasi po kalusugan Importante po yung kalusugan, Kung hindi man po matulungang gumaling, at least man lang matulungang mapahaba yung buhay ng mga nangangailangan na mga mamamayan natin Pilipino. Kasi nawiwindang po ako mga hindi po milyon ang pinag-uusapan bilyon. At may trilyon pa akong narinig. Panoorin niyo po yung video, maririnig niyo yung paliwanag. Medyo nga lang po, English. Sana po maintindihan ng lahat. So, panoorin po natin. Ito po ang inyong Junjun. Junjun is in.
Why is our contribution for PhilHealth, why was it increased, I believe, from 4% or 4.5%?
3% to
From
5%.
3% to 5% last February. If we have that much funds actually on standby, so can you explain if this is actually a necessary move to increase our premium when in fact there is money on standby there that we could use?
It is because of the law that we passed in 2018. If I recall, it was 2018 when we were discussing the Universal Healthcare Act. It is incorporated in that law at that time that we had a schedule to increase from 3% to 3.5 to 4 to 4.5 to 5. And this was delayed during the time of the pandemic. So it was only applied after the pandemic, the increases. And as I pointed out, I don't know if I did here, but yes, in a committee hearing of the Senate, it was during the pandemic as well that PhilHealth had a lot of savings because it was the national government who spent for the pandemic. And we did not use resources from PhilHealth, which essentially the reserve funds are really for an emergency like a pandemic. But it was the national government who spent for everything during the time. So
Can I ask what the logic is? Why did they not spend the PhilHealth or the DOH reserve fund for the pandemic? Is it because of the bidding process that could have taken longer?
That's possible, but if you would recall that during our Zoom meetings during the Bayanihan 1 and 2, I was discussing that issue as well, that you do had a lot of resources with PhilHealth, that we could have used some of those resources at that time so as not to increase too much our borrowings during that period of time, during the pandemic.
So essentially, just to recap, both of those things that have occurred, number one, the premium rate hike,
Yes,
and then number two, the transferring also of the funds,
yes.
are both lodged in the law. Are
Yes,
both in the law.
in two separate laws.
In two separate
the
laws.
Universal Healthcare Act mandated to increase the rates from 3 to 5% for members' contributions. And then the General Appropriations Act of 2024 has an unprogrammed portion in the budget. And there a paragraph which mandates, inuutusan ang DOF na mag-issue ng circular with regard to fund balances of GOCCs. And during the deliberations in the House, I recall that the intent was really to use PhilHealth because they have more than 500 billion, 590. So even if you take away the 90, they still have 500 billion. And more or less, their expenses a year is only about 150 billion. And PDIC among 6 GOCCs that were suggested at the time.
So how much now is still left with PhilHealth or DOH?
By the end of the year, they would have more than 500 billion
Still parked.
still parked.
And they have a lot of obligations, right? There are others that are claiming that they haven't been paid by the DOH, right? But that's a matter
By
of the
the PhilHealth.
DOH to discuss,
Yes.
correct?
By the PhilHealth.
By the PhilHealth to
DOH
discuss.
and PhilHealth are separate.
Right.
But I'll put it this way. The expenditures, more or less, of PhilHealth is about 150 billion. Their revenues a year is roughly 250 billion. So even this year, they have reserve funds today of roughly 500 billion. So even if they will have revenues of 250, they spend 150, they will still have 100. By the end of the year, they will have 600. There should be more than enough to pay for their obligations.
And this is 500 billion.
Roughly
So
that, yeah.
what
Yes.
happens to that parked funds? Is it placed at least in an interest-bearing account that
Yes, it is invested in government bonds. So taxpayers pay for the interest as well of the income on the investments of PhilHealth.
because it's in government bonds?
Yes.
Okay, here's my question. If during the pandemic, you were able to suspend the premium payment for PhilHealth, as you mentioned, correct?
Yes.
Given that they have that much in reserve, others would ask, why do we have to pay an additional, if it was 3%, 2% increase?
Yes, correct. And I understand that that is being deliberated today in the Senate to reduce the premium rates to 4%, if I'm not mistaken. I read that in the papers. I'm also informed that there are deliberations in the Senate. But having said that, my preference would be to improve the benefit packages of PhilHealth. One, the president has already instructed PhilHealth to improve it by roughly 30%, if I'm not mistaken. Not to mention for cancer and life-threatening illnesses, so on and so forth. Considering that the national health accounts, if I remember correctly, is roughly about 1.2, 1.1, 1.2 trillion. We know that the out-of-pocket expenses of Juan de la Cruz is roughly 40%. So if there's money there, why not just improve the benefit packages?
Thank you for clearly.
So ayan nga po mga kabayan, napanood natin yung video. So ano po sa palagay nyo? Ano, grabe. Ako po, nagugulat ako kasi ang alam, kasi may binanggit po doon na parang gusto nang gawin ng government na taasan yung sasagutin ng PhilHealth parang 30%. Hindi ko po alam tama po ba ako kung 10% pa rin po ba hanggang ngayon? Mag-comment po kayo kung 10% pa din. Pero gustong gawing 30%. Maganda. Tapos parang kasama na yung mga sakit na dati hindi covered. So yung cancer, tsaka yung mga sakit na medyo malubha. So maganda po yun. Sana po yung PhilHealth tuloy-tuloy ang pagbabago kung meron man. At ibigay po natin kasi last time parang may narinig ako sa balita na may sobrang pera, parang isinaole ba sa government, sa isang sangay ng government. Di ba po? Parang bakit nyo pa po sinole, hindi nyo na lang ginamit? Ginamit nyo muna lahat para sa mga nangangailangang mga kababayan Pilipino na may sakit. Tapos kung ano man yung hindi nagamit, sa kanyo ibalik. Kagaya po sabi ko, may video po ako dyan hanapin nyo tungkol sa PhilHealth. Hindi ko lang po maalam baka may rules kayong sinusunod or what. Pero sana kasi napakadami pong pera. Tsaka ang mga nagtatrabaho pong Pilipino, automatic pong kinakaltas yan. Tapos, kapag kailangan na nila kasi nagkakasakit sila, konting-konti lang po yung nabibigay na tulong. Nakakalungkot po. Nakakalungkot, sa totoo lang. So, salamat po sa panonood ng video. Ito po ang inyong Junjun. Junjun is out.